Perfect. All right, so go ahead and lay on your backs and just pull your knees into your chest. I want you to give yourself that nice little rock from side to side. We'll start fairly quickly in that first ab series, but go ahead and just start to wake your body up right here. Release that right leg for me. Pull that left leg in, and then just start to walk your knees, walk your hands down your shin to pull that knee closer in towards your chest. And if you want to, you can draw a couple circles with that knee, reverse directions, just feeling that hip flexor a little bit into that thigh. Release that left leg, pull that right leg in, give it a big pull towards your chest, and then walk your hands down your shin. Start drawing those tiny little circles here. Start setting your intention for class today, and then you're going to bring both feet flat on the mat. If you need anything else, go ahead and take it now. If not, feet come flat, hands go behind your head. You're going to take a big exhale, lift up to the top. Inhale, lower down. So we'll start in some of those basic crunches. What I want you to think about here is you're crunching up, you're exhaling, pressing elbows back, and then you'll press your head into your hands, never pulling onto that neck. And I want you to think as if you had a ball behind your back. You're trying to come up 1 inch higher every time so that that brow line tries to get off of the mat. Again, you're thinking about that string. It's just pulling your nose straight up. So as you're lifting here, you're using your abs. Nothing's coming directly from that neck. You have about 15 seconds. So take your time here, find your breath, start waking up your body. You're going to meet me at the top for pulses. Option just to keep your hands behind your head. If you want to reach, you can, but try to keep your hands behind your head for this one. In 4, in 3, hold at the top for me. In 2, now just start pulsing up 1 inch and down 1 inch. It's really slow and controlled because I want you to think about tucking through your tailbone. Every time you pulse up, it's like you're trying to get your belly button closer towards your forehead, and you're already at the top of your range. 6 seconds here. We're going to put those two together. So you're going to give me a full range crunch, and you're going to give me 3 pulses up. In 3, good. In 2, on 1, you'll lower down, you'll exhale, you'll give me 3 little pulses right at the top. We're just warming those upper abs. And when you get to the top, elbows are going to want to start to come in. Keep pressing them back here. Focus on the tuck in your tailbone. Focus on your breath, those little exhales at the top of your range. You're going to give me 2 more of those. So as you come up to the top, you give me those 3 pulses. On the next one, everyone holds at the top. Good. 3 and 2, freeze for me right here. Now from here, I want you to go ahead and float your left leg to tabletop. We're going to reach past that left leg, hand comes behind your head, don't lower down. You reach past that left leg with that right hand, you come back to center. So you're working on finding that twist that's happening, and you're keeping head, neck, and shoulders nice and high. You can do it, protect that neck, exhale, and then bring that hand back towards behind your head. You've got 3 more right here. Exhale, reach back to center. 2 to go. Exhale, reach, stay lifted, fight for this right here. Feel your obliques starting to turn on. Now come into that hold and pulse up 1 inch and down 1 inch. Because your left leg is lifted, you're losing some of that stability. You've got to work hard here to keep those hips square. You have 6 little pulses up. You can do it. 5 and 4, fight for it. 3, beautiful. 2, hold for me on 1, extend that leg up. You're going to reach, tap that ankle, extend arm and leg back. Your left hand is behind your neck. You're extending arm long and strong. Exhale, tap that ankle. Extend arm long and strong. Exhale, tap that ankle. 3 more here. You can do it. Reach, tap, and extend. It's an advanced series. Reach, tap, and extend. Hold at the top. Little pulses up 1 inch, down 1 inch. Left hand still behind your head. Point through that toe. Give me 6 taps. You're almost out of it. 5 and 4. Keep fighting. 3, beautiful. 2, on 1, hand comes behind your head, foot comes down, lower head, neck, and shoulders. Take a big inhale back to full range. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. You should definitely be feeling this through your core right now. 3 more full range. You're going to go into those reaches past that right leg next. We've got to do that other side in 3, last crunch in 2, up and hold. If you need the rest, you take it and you meet us in the series. Right leg floats to tabletop, left arm reaches up. You reach past that right leg, bring your hand back behind your head. You exhale, reach past that right leg, you bring your hand back behind that head. So you're not lowering down, it's just that motion of reaching. Like, can I reach someone who's trying to grab my hand? And then I come back to center. I want you to fight to get both shoulder blades off of that mat. It's not just a twist. 3 more here. If I can talk to you while we do it, I know that you can breathe through it and work just a little bit harder than you think you can. Good. Last one, come up and pulse for me. Up an inch and down an inch. I know you're on fire. Get to that place where your muscles start to change. You have 4 more here. Nice, Kara. 3 to go. Beautiful. 2 more. On 1, hold here. You're going to extend that ankle towards the ceiling. You tap, extend all the way back. So we reach, tap that ankle. We extend arm behind our head, leg down through a hover. Tap, extend and reach. You've got it. Tap, extend and reach. Keep fighting. 3 to go right here. Beautiful. 2 to go right here. On that next one, keep it up. Little pulses. 10 and 9. I know you're pumped. You're almost out of this. You've got 6 and 5. Keep pulsing. 4 and 3. Last 2 on 1. Hand behind your head, foot comes down, knees come into your chest. First rest. Long first series, but you killed it. 5 minutes there. Take a big inhale. Now bring your feet onto that mat in that diamond shape. So the bottom of your feet are what are going to come together here. Hands behind your head, go back into that crunch. The difference here is you're now in that diamond shape with your lower abs working harder. Exhale, lift and reach. Inhale, lower down. As you exhale to the top, I want you to think again about the tuck in your tailbone. We really fired up upper abs and got into your obliques. So now we got to hit those lower abs. You're just pulsing into that crunch up, and then you lower down for me. Your feet stay together, your knees stay nice and wide. So this should feel good on your hips. We're going to turn this into a full sit-up, tapping right in front of those toes or those ankles in 3. The first one's going to feel not as good, and then you're going to get your bearings, and you're going to keep your feet down. And 2, everyone, you can reach hands up overhead. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, you reach all the way up. You tap in front of those toes. 3 counts to come down. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lift and squeeze and tap. Now your arms do not get to fling you up. You've got to use your abs. Nice pace, beautiful pace coming down, Kathleen. Nice work. 2 shoulders look great. You have 3 more for me, and then you stay seated all the way up, tapping between those toes. So I love the power that you have when you come up. And then I need you to tuck your tailbone all the way under as you come all the way back down for me. You've got it. Exhale, lift, squeeze. You're just going to give me 1 more, and then everyone's going to stay at the top of your range. We'll go into some Russian twists and move those feet. So once you get to the top, you're going to bring your heels down and your toes are going to lift. I want you to reach in front of you. Now I want you to start to tuck your tailbone. I'm going to give those abs a break soon. We've got to go into our last little bit in a plank. Now tuck your tailbone and reach. Now what I want you to do, some of you want to take your hands to prayer. This new cue I love. I want you to tap right hand to the left side, come back to center, left to right. You're going to feel that twist a little bit deeper than if you were just twisting from side to side. I want you to actually reach opposite hand across your chest for me and feel obliques turn on. Tuck your tailbone. If you feel anything in your lower back in a bad way, you just come up a little bit higher. 15 seconds here. Really nice. Courtney, you got to be shaking. You're so low. That's awesome. You've got 10 and 9. Everyone sits up. You meet me in a forearm plank. We're in our last minute of abs, and then we'll move on to legs. Trust yourself here. You have this. In 5, forearm planks around these rooms. In 4, 3, 2, everybody sits up. I know you're tired and you want the water right here. Go right into your forearm plank, and trust me, all those abs are warm. Any friends that have a ball or any props nearby, you're always welcome to stick a ball between those inner thighs for your plank series today. Now you're in your plank, and your abs should be talking to you. Heart rate might have come up there a bit. That was a tough series, a nice advanced series to kick it off. I want you all thinking about me. And when I am teaching on Saturday for Andy, I want him to remember his abs too, Kathleen. Hopefully he can make it. We've got 25 seconds. You're more than halfway through. Now is when I want you to start thinking. Can you think about the cue of pulling elbows towards your toes, closing off that space, tucking your tailbone under? Shoulders look great, Kara. It's so effortless. You're like, I can stay here for 5 minutes. We only have 10 seconds to go, and everyone gets to find a child's pose. Give me 2 more big breaths. Big inhale, exhale, pull belly button to spine. Last breath right here. Big inhale, exhale, rest in 3, 2, 1. You made it. Nice. No dirty looks yet because I made you just look at that floor. Now press all the way back. You get a moment here. Open your knees up nice and wide. I want you to actively reach in front of you, releasing those shoulders. Now's the time to take a sip of water. First series that we are going to do is on the mat. I am asking no balas, but if you really want to advance it, you can put them on your ankles. But I want you to feel it a little differently. We tend to contract in different places with those balas on, and I'm really trying to get into the butt, inner and outer thigh. So we're going to come on to our forearms here. Your shoulders are going to be right over top of those elbows. I'd like you to start with that right leg extended. We're just building on Tuesday, so you got to do that, Christian. From here, press into the mat. You're going to lift all the way up, and then you're going to tap that toe down. So it's a big lift and squeeze, and then a tap of that toe. What I want you to think in this big full range movement is as you reach that toe up, you're finding length in the back of that leg. So you have no bend in that knee. You are squeezing from your glute. We're just warming everything up. You've got 4 more lifts right here. You're always looking right to the edge of that mat. 3 here. In 2, we're going to hold that knee up at the top. Last one, hold right here. It's 3 big movements. You're going to take that toe for me, or that knee, excuse me, that knee comes right into meet that left side, extend and squeeze. So that knee, if I can speak, taps that calf or goes right into that nice back of that left knee, and then we extend it up again. Extend, really big squeeze. So don't cheat yourself on the extension. The extension is the biggest part of this. As you tap, extend, and squeeze, we're going to put those 2 movements together here in 4, tap, 3, lift, 2, final tap, extend and hold. You tap down, lift, squeeze, pull knee into that left side, extend again, tap down, lift and squeeze, pull that knee into that calf, extend for me. Every time that you extend, you have to squeeze your glute as tight as you can. In that combo movement, you're finding extension, you lift all the way up, you bring that knee in, and then you reset and start again at the top. We're going to stay in pulses in 4, big lift, good, tap, 2, extend and hold for me, wherever you are, extend and hold. Now, I just want you to squeeze up an inch and down an inch. Don't worry about the height. Focus on, can I squeeze right from that glute? And I want everyone to think about slowing it down in the sense of contract, release, contract, release. Belly button is pulled in, shoulders look strong. You have this. Now, Kara, I want you to fight for 1 more inch because I know where you have that height. Yes. Now, everyone holds for me in 4. In 3, hold. In 2, on 1, you freeze for me. A little bit of a change. You're going to tap right toe to left corner. Lift it back up. Tap that right corner. Lift and squeeze. This is where we start to go into inner and outer thighs. You tap right corner of the mat, lift all the way up, tap left corner of the mat. Every time that you lift, you're contracting at the top. I know that stabilizing leg, it's a little bit fatigued right here. We tap, lift and squeeze, tap, lift and squeeze. We only have 2 changes here, and then we come onto our side. You're doing great. You have 6 and 5. Exhale, squeeze, inhale, lower. You've got 3, hold at that top for me. In 2, 1 little bend and extend. All you have is a hold left here before we come onto that left side. Give me that little bend and extend. Fight for that squeeze, fight for that burn. Can you fight to get that leg up 1 inch higher while tucking your tailbone under? You have this. 8 seconds here. 7 and 6. Beautiful work. 5 and 4. Nice, Kathleen. Keep fighting for that. 3 and 2. Everybody holds on 1. Last 20 seconds. If you want the extra challenge here, you're going to bring that left hand to that left quad. Find your balance and hold. What I need you to do is keep that leg lifted nice and high. You can do this. Point through that toe. Squeeze for me. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You're out in 10 and 9. You come right onto your left side. We're not done yet. In 5, 4, 3, and 2. Everybody rest. Bring that knee in. You meet me on that left side. Find that 90-degree angle with those legs. We're gonna go into a little bit of clamshell work, only a couple changes. Knee is in line with your hips, ankles in line with those knees right at the front of that mat. Everybody point through your toes, lift that top leg up, start to pulse it up an inch and down an inch. I want you to feel the squeeze from both of your cheeks. So left and right glute are still squeezing as you just come up 1 inch, down 1 inch right here. You've got it. We have 10 seconds here, 9, just keep squeezing. We were in the back of that leg. You're gonna feel this in that corner pocket. It'll start to come down that thigh in a second. In 3, you hold. In 2, 1, freeze for me. You tap knee to knee, toe to ankle, knee to knee, toe to ankle. So think internal rotation, internal and external. Every time that you are tapping that knee, I need you to think about the squeeze and the burden coming down the side of your leg. We're going to keep that knee to that opposite knee. Ankle will stay lifted here in 4, in 3, beautiful, 2, keep that knee to that knee, little pulses down an inch, up an inch. But you have that internal rotation down an inch and up an inch. We're gonna add to this in 6, in 5, little different than normal because you're extending that leg out in front of you instead of at that diagonal. In 3, in 2, you tap it down, extend that leg in front of you, tap that knee, extend that leg. You tap that knee, extend that leg, go 10 and 9, 8, yes, it's right in that pocket, 6 and 5, hold that leg out here in 4, in 3, 2 changes left, friends. You have this last one here, little pulses up, extend that leg, go 8, 7, yes, you can, 6 and 5, you hold, you're not gonna want to, 4, if you need to modify, bring that leg back a couple inches, 3 and 2, here's where we finish. You can do this. You can do it, yes, you can. Point through your toe, contract through that leg. It should be as hard as a rock. 5, 4 and a rest, 3 and a rest, 2, and you made it. Last change right here, you find your forearm plank forming. I know, last change, forearm plank for everyone. Get in it and hold. I'm gonna let you have a little stretch after this. Just gotta keep those abs working. Your right side, that right leg should be on fire right here. You're gonna need that stretch. You're gonna need that child's pose in a second. But what I need you to do is squeeze your inner thighs together. It's only a 30-second hold. You're already just about 15 seconds into it. As you're breathing here for the last 10 seconds, can you hover that right leg for me and point through your toe, turning this into a single leg plank here. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3. Everybody find your child's pose. You made it. Nice series. And now go ahead and press back for me. Open these up nice and wide. If you need any stretches, that ankle over that opposite knee, whatever you need here to stretch it out, you stretch it out. We are going to go back into it fairly quickly, but take a sip of water, give those legs a nice little punch. Yep. And then you're going to meet me back in that forearm position. Hopefully you're getting a little warm. That one made me warm. I stayed in it with you. Forearm planks here. And this time we're extending your left leg. Now your right leg is your dominant, so it's what's stabilizing you. So now you're on that dominant side, so don't get nervous here. As you come back in to find your form, you extend that left leg and you hold here for a second. Can you press that mat away from you? You lift into that full range movement. So we tap that toe down, we lift and we squeeze. We've got to give this left side the same amount of love. So think about that point that's happening through your toe. As you lift up here and find that extension, it's like your toe is reaching to hit that door behind you, that wall behind you, and you're lengthening your leg as if there was a cast on it. So at the top of your range, you should be contracting through your glute, through your quad, and just really feeling strength in that leg. It does feel heavy, I know, but the squeeze is coming from the center of your booty. You'll feel the bottom, that line underneath of your butt, trying to help you get that leg lifted. In 4 seconds, we hold at the top. We're going to go into that knee, into that right, behind that right knee. And 2, hold at the top. Now bend your knee, tap that right calf, or put that knee right in that nice little 90-degree angle, and then you extend it. So we tap knee down, extend and squeeze. Now what's going to happen here is you're going to start wanting to kick your leg straight back. I want you to fight to get that angle, to get that leg lifted. As you tap that knee, you extend, just like when we were on our sideline series A few weeks ago, we tapped and then we extended at the diagonal. The only difference is you're in that all four squared off position. Now let's put these two moves together. So now you're gonna start tapping back down. You'll lift up nice and high, and then you'll bring that knee into that 90-degree angle. This does not need to be fast. It's a tap down, a big lift and squeeze. That knee comes across at that angle, and then you extend it back up. You are squeezing. You're thinking, is my belly button pulled in? Protect that lower back. You keep pressing that mat away to wake those shoulders up. You're doing great here. You're gonna hold at the top. In 3, we go right into our pulses. In 2, hold at the top and just squeeze up an inch and down an inch for me. Up an inch and down an inch. For 10 seconds, you're thinking center booty, line under your butt. You just squeeze. Don't worry about how high you're lifting. Focus on the squeeze right here. You have it. Squeeze for 5 and 4. We're going to go into those taps on both sides of those mats. In 3, hold for me. In 2, on 1, you're going to tap now over to that right corner. You lift that leg all the way back up, and then you tap to that left corner. It's slow and controlled. You are not racing anyone, especially not yourself here. What I want you to think about in that tap is you're finding the angle. We lift back up, reset, and tap to that left side. It doesn't have to be huge. It's all about where you're squeezing. Keep inner and outer thigh nice and warm here. Tap, lift and squeeze. We tap, we lift and squeeze. Don't let yourself start to sink into that right leg. You've got 10 seconds, which means you're doing great. You're about to go into that bend and press at the top for me. In 4, yes, you can. 3, keep fighting for height. 2, everyone get that last tap in now. Little bend and extend with that leg. Little bend and extend. Little bend and extend. You squeeze through that quad every time. Instead of those pulses up, that bend and extend is where we are, because you get to hold after this. 5 seconds here. Fight for your height. Look right to the edge of that mat. Press your forearms into it so you don't start to collapse here. Everyone freezes. In 2, in 1, hold. Extra challenge, bring that right hand to your right quad. And then what I need you to do is breathe for me here. Take a big inhale. Where can you squeeze on that body? Can you squeeze through that left cheek right here? Yes, you can. Keep that leg lifted. It's only 10 seconds. You come down to your right side for me. Let's finish this series strong. You've got it. 5, nice work. 4, 3, 2, you've made it. We're going to come on to that right side. I know that you're fatigued in those legs. Lay all the way down for me. Get right into it. Lift that top leg up. Toes are pointed. You're in a 90-degree angle. We get right into it because we want to finish it. Everyone said, okay, nah. Kathleen, this is a good welcome back. Like, I know you like it intertraditional. What a little surprise. So excited the gang's back together. We've got 6 more pulses. 5, good. 4 for me. And 3, in 2, right here, we tap knee to knee, toe to ankle. Knee to knee, toe to ankle. Nice and dramatic. I know that you think this might look funny, but it should feel nice and warm. Internal rotation down, external rotation up. It's all about the rotation that's happening in that hip. We're trying to bring that burn down the side of your leg right into that thigh. You've got 10 and 9. Knee stays down for me. In 7 and 6. Keep fighting. 4 and 3. You have 2 more taps. Last one here. Now little pulses down an inch and up an inch. Last 2 changes are the hardest. Get that toe pointed up. We're going to tap that knee, and then we're going to reach that leg forward as if you're trying to tap the computer. Tap your knee, reach leg forward. Notice that the top of my foot is facing down. Tap and extend. You've got it. Tap and extend. 8 here. Go 8 and 7. Yes, you can. 6. Let it burn. 5. Same amount of love. 4 and 3. Beautiful. 2. Hold it out. Little pulses up for 10. Good. 9. 8. You better straighten that leg, ladies. Get it towards your chest. Towards your chest. Hold in 3. In 2, 1. Freeze. Last 10 seconds. Can you contract? Can you contract through that leg? If you hit that leg, there's no movement. 5 and 4. Yes. 3 and 2. On 1, you rest. You made it. Last change. Get right into that forearm plank. You know it. It's there, and you rest after this. Fight for it. Find that forearm plank. You have it. Let yourself fatigue. I love being mean. Take a big inhale here for me. You're fatigued, you want the rest. So this is where your body might be telling you, you need to put your knees down. You do not need to. You have 20 seconds. I know how strong you are. When we get to that final 10-second mark, I'm going to ask you to hover that left leg. I know you can do it. You're going to breathe for me. Everyone lift and hover that left leg right here. Point through your toe, 10 seconds. You've got it. 10 and 9, good. 8 and 7. Don't let hips start to sag. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. You made it. Find your child's pose. Don't worry, we go into arms next. Big inhale here. Find the exhale. You're going to take a moment. Everyone's going to open knees up 1 more inch. And then I want you to focus on your breath. Take a big inhale, wiggling those fingertips 1 inch further out in front of you. You meet me in a cat-cow stretch in 3. In 2, find that all 4 position. I really want you to just let that belly button drop towards the floor. Let's give that lower back a nice little break. As you exhale, lift belly button up, really finding that nice tuck in your tailbone. You'll feel those abs that were already awake. Good. Nice work. When you're ready, you'll find a neutral spine, tuck those toes under and lift into your downward dog. For me, I want you to take a moment just pedaling out those knees and really finding that stretch. Elbows start to come right around those ears. And when you're ready, you'll walk your hands into your feet into your hands. And I would love a slow, slow, slow roll up. No reason to rush as you get all the way back up to the top. You're going to give me a big roll of your shoulder blades to the back of the room, or shoulders, I should say, and to the front. Then you're going to grab your weights for me. We go right into that nice little arm series. You're going to meet me in a goal post position. Again, still building on some things we did Tuesday. I'll teach you to miss class. Just kidding. From here, you're going to squeeze those arms in. You're going to open arms up. You go right into your combo movement, shoulder press overhead. So if you're holding your weights, arms come into parallel. You open those arms up. You press up overhead for me. So think to yourself as you're in this movement. As you press up, you're pulling something down, contracting through your abs, squeezing arms together. I don't want you to forget about your work that's happening in your core. Every time you exhale with those arms, I want you to think to yourself, you're contracting, pulling belly button towards that spine, and keep it moving here. Good. You're going to keep those hands in that nice parallel position. And 3, reach up. 2, last one, pull it in, hold, alternate your hammer curl. Palms face one another, elbows stay high. We are just pressing and pulling, pressing and pulling. Go 10, 9, 8 and 7. Both arms reaching forward. 5 and 4, final 3 and 2. Reach both arms forward, palms face the ground, little circles here for 10, 9, good, 8. We reverse here in 7, shoulders nice and warm, squeeze your triceps. 3 and 2, reverse that circle here for 10, good, 9, 8, hold on to it, 7 and 6. Keep those arms long and strong for me. In 3, little bend and press right here. In 2, little bend and press, bend, press, little bend, big reach, palms face the floor. Think about your tricep, little release, extend, squeeze, like you're trying to reach your fist out to that person in front of you. Are you contracting through those quads? Yep, bend those knees, contract through your quads. Bend your knees, contract through your abs. 4 and 3, hold in 2, 1, freeze, palms turn back toward one another, back to your alternating hammer curls. Reaching and pressing here. We reach and we press right here for 10 and 9, good, 8 and 7. You've got 6 and 5. Keep reaching. 4 and 3. Final 2. Meet me at 90. We open, press up, pull down, and we close. Good. Open, press up. We pull down and we close. Forearms do not need to touch right here. It's all about just squeezing to parallel, pretending like you have that big beach ball right between your arms and you're trying to pop it. You give me that little sway. You can give me that little pacing motion. As long as those arms are moving, I'm right here with you. We're going to bring those weights together, start squeezing in 3, in 2, hold down on 1, weight squeeze together, keep squeezing forearms in. I do not care if they touch. Mine are going to touch because I don't have weights in my hands. You keep squeezing. Arms should be on fire. Add that pulse up. Squeeze in and up. Yes, you can. Squeeze in and up. I know you have this. In and up, in and up, in and up. I need 15 seconds and I give you a break. I'm not going to make you hold. I just want you to fight for this. Squeeze arms in, pulse up, contract through your abs, trust your body. 8 seconds here in the first rest. 7. Yes, you can. 6, keep pulsing up an inch and down an inch for 4 and 3. Beautiful. 2 on 1. You made it. Rest all the way down with those arms. Big roll of your shoulder blades to the back. I keep saying shoulder blades, shoulder to shoulders, shoulder blades. Good thing you know me, you know what I'm talking about. Take one more big inhale here for me. Bring both weights into your right hand. And then go ahead and bring your left hand behind your head. We're just going back into those abs for a moment. You're going to reach all the way down. You come up and then you reach that elbow towards the opposite side. So you take those 2 counts to reach down your leg. You come back up nice and slow. And then we reach towards that opposite side. It's 1 change each side. There's no pulses here. I just want you to wake everything up on the side of your body. Both sides are working. So what I'm learning more about is, yes, that reach feels good, but if you can reach towards that left side and let right side start to get involved, it'll feel great. You have 10 seconds here before we switch those weights out. This was your break in your arms before we go right back into them. 5 seconds, and we're going to switch weights into that left hand. And 4, in 3, beautiful. 2, switch those weights into that left hand. Right hand comes behind your head. You come down for 2, lift and squeeze, and then reach onto that other side. Remember that everything stays square, so you're not leaning forward and you're not leaning backwards, but you should be feeling warmth building on both sides of that body. Beautiful. 15 seconds to go, slow and controlled. A weight is going to come into each hand after this, and we finish up some of that arm work. You're doing great. You have final 8 and 7. So we're reaching down to that left side, finding that nice stretch and that pinch. We come all the way back up. You have time for 1 more here. 4, 3, beautiful. 2, a weight comes into each hand for me. I want you to go ahead and start to hinge forward, bringing those weights down your legs, palms face each other. Pull your arms up. You alternate in your tricep kickback for me. Alternate in your kickback. Reach and squeeze, reach and squeeze. You take your time. You ditch weights whenever you need to. You hold on to this for me. You're alternating here. I want you to look about 3 feet out in front of you. So you're never looking at your toes. It'll just make your neck feel so heavy. Bring that gaze out about 3 feet, even further, 4 feet's fine. And then you're just alternating in those reaches. You are squeezing your triceps as tight as you can. Now I want you to add one together after you go right and left. So you squeeze right side, you squeeze, reach left, then both arms come together. So it's right, left, both arms. Stay in it for me. Knees stay bent. If you ever need to stand up, you stand up, shake it out. You get right back into it. From here, you're just going to start bringing both arms together for 10 seconds. Reach and pull them in. Reach and pull them in. You've got this. We hold those arms out there in 4. Yep. In 3, we've got a hold. You can do it. Last 2. Now hold those arms out there. Hold them and just squeeze. Hold them and just squeeze. In 5 seconds, you're going to pulse it up to finish. You can do it. Keep squeezing. 3, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 2, now pulse it up. Pinkies face that ceiling. Pinkies face that ceiling. You are pulsing it up to finish. Triceps should be warm. Less than 15 seconds. Breathe. If you need to close your eyes, you close your eyes, but you keep squeezing those arms. Think about how long and strong they are. Squeeze triceps. 8 and 7. Don't give up. You stand after this. 6 and 5. Final 4 and 3. Last 2, and you made it. Weights come down, stand all the way back up. You can set those weights down for a second. Pull right arm across your chest. We're in that last couple minutes of work right here. Let those arms go. Pull that opposite arm across your chest. Good. From here, you have the option, if you'd like to hold your weights for your squats, you can. It's only 3 changes in those squats just to get those legs warm one more time. From here, if you do hold your weights, you can hold them right in front of you in that prayer position, or just ditch your weights from it. You're going into a full range squat, big squeeze at the top. Lower down, pressing knees apart, squeeze those thighs. The squat should feel good because your hips are a little tight. I had you on the floor for a while. I just want to finish out center booty right here.
You're doing great. You're breathing through this squat. Your heart rate's not up yet. It will come up. I want you to just start coming halfway up for me. So instead of all the way, just start coming halfway, come right back down. So it's not a pulse, it's halfway. So you're tricking that body a little bit. It thinks it's coming up. You stop it, there's no momentum. And then you're coming to that halfway point. You keep fighting there for me. You're putting these two movements together. You're going to come all the way up. You sink down halfway up right here in 3. Good. In 2. So change it into a full range all the way down halfway and you lower. Don't give up on it. We're in that last 3 minutes of work right here. What I need you to think about is, are you pressing into that mat as you stand? Are you pressing your knees apart? It's like you're ripping that towel between your feet when you drive your glutes down for me. From here, everyone's going to just hold at the bottom in 4. In 3, it's a hold at the bottom. In 2, you can do this. Stay down low. Stay down low. Now I want you to lift your chest up. Don't let chest fall too far down. Now drive through your heels. In 15 seconds, you stand and you're out of those legs. So I need you to breathe. Your mind is telling you, okay, wait a second. Take a big inhale, settle everything, and do not stand. Now everyone comes down 1 more centimeter. Chest doesn't go anywhere. 5 seconds and you stand. 4, you can do this. 3, 2, 1, stand. You made it. Grab weights 1 more time. Grab weights 1 more time. Open them out right now. We turn palms to the back of the room, to the front of the room. We're finishing out triceps. We're finishing out those shoulders. You are almost out of here. I just need you to find that rotation in your arms, long and strong. Knees are bent. Now add a little bend and extend. A little bend and extend as you're in that rotation. Bend, extend. Bend, extend. You fatigue those arms for me right here. You finish them out nice and strong. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. Yes, do not give up on that. You have 10 and 9, good, 8 and 7, final 6 and 5. You've got 4 and 3, final 2 right here. Palms face the back of the room, up an inch, down an inch. Up an inch, down an inch, reach, squeeze those triceps. Yes, you can. It's 10, 9, and 8. I know you have this here. It's 7 and 6, final 5 and 4. You've got 3, 2, hold on 1, just hold. We're going to drop those weights in a second. You're going to go into your final plank of the day. Do not drop those weights. It's 15 seconds. I know you have it. You do whatever you need to do to breathe through it. 10 seconds here. Take a big inhale. Are you contracting through your core? Bend your knees. You have 8 and 7. Weights come down right into your last forearm plank in 5, 4, good. 3 and 2, final plank right here. Don't worry about your computers. I'll stand you up. Go right into that plank. Forearm planks for everyone. No hand planks. Shoulders should be tired. As you go into this last plank that you have right here, as you start to finish setting that intention for your day, you are going to squeeze from those inner thighs, yep, down to those ankles. I need you to think, can I tuck my tailbone under? Press that mat away from you. You have 15 seconds and you're out of this. You are all breathing through this for me. Big squeeze and contraction. Let that little bit of sweat start dripping down those arms. You have last 8 and 7. Child's poses for everyone in 6 and 5. Final 4, 3, 2, and you made it. Press back. Find that stretch. Just hang out there for a second. We'll probably cut off in about 20 seconds, but I want you to take the moment to breathe. You can thread that right arm underneath of that left, taking a moment there. As we get ready to cut off, you'll stretch, bringing left arm underneath for me. I will be on Saturday at 10 if anyone can join. Finish out your stretches here. Everyone have such a great rest of the day. Kathleen, so good to see you again. Kara, Court, everybody have a good one, and I'll see you hopefully Saturday.